Hello and welcome everybody. My name is Quentin and today we're going to be going through the SmartSuite-Library new user training. We are live, so if you do need to ask any questions throughout the session today, make sure that you reach out to me by chucking it over into the right hand side of your screen there. There should be a little chat console. I'm monitoring all of those conversations coming in and I'll be able to, at the best of my ability, stop and answer those questions for you. Now, what are we going to be covering in the session today? We're going to be going through a couple of things that you need to do before you get started with SmartSuite-Library. Then we're going to go into the basics of using the system, so circulation, cataloging, everything to get you up and running off the ground. And then finally, how do you get in touch with the customer service team members? Okay, so if you do need to communicate with us for any reason, we'll be able to show you at the end of the session how you go about doing that. Okay, so without further ado, let's jump into the training session here. Okay, now everyone should be able to see my screen there. One of the first things that we need to do before we even get logged into the system is to make sure that our SCIS account, if you are eligible to sign up for SCIS, has been configured correctly. Now what you need to do is to make sure that your SCIS account is Z3950 or has the Z3950 service set up for it. So to do that, we're going to head over to Google. And in the Google search bar, all we're going to do is type the word SCIS followed by Z3950. Okay, the top article there is how do I set up Z3950. Go through and have a look at the instructions that they have provided for you. Log into your SCIS account, go to your school organization name, my profile, select the school organizations, and then scroll down. Okay, if you have any issues with doing that, they've even gone ahead and said give us a call and we'll be able to help you out. So if you go to the contact us, make sure that you select Z3950 and wait for them to respond. Okay, once they have gone through then we can jump into SmartSuite and put in all of the Z connection details. Okay, so everyone should have received an email which will give you your URL and your username and password to log into the system. Now, your URL should be functionalsolutions.com. When you chuck your email address in there, which one you would like to log into. If there's only one, select the appropriate one. Okay, once you've gone ahead and done that, okay, once you're logged in, we want to go and input our SCIS details, then global catalog. Toolbar, we have configuration, so click the up arrow next to configuration and then select Z3950 database and added all of the SCIS connection details for you. So you don't need to worry about adding, click update. Okay, once that's done, you can now close that window and you're now configured for Z3950. Your spine labels for printing when you're doing your cataloging. Now the way that we do this, again, label supplied to from this list you are going to use. Now later on those as well. Okay, so all you need, and that's been patron management. So modify family name, or we've got users that are going up a year level. This is where we go to modify that information as well. So system menu, the hamburger in the top left hand corner, followed by patron, and then patron management. Okay, in all of our screens, we have a toolbar. Now, on the screen that you can see here, we're obviously dealing with find, so we can look up a user's name. We can then go ahead and select them. Sorry about that. Okay, so once we've selected them, their details will load up on the screen. Okay, if we need to make any changes to this user, all we need to do is put our cursor in the relevant field, change the information that we want to change, the information that sits behind these tabs here for this active user. And again, if we wanted to make any changes to it, put our cursor in the field, start typing, and hit save down the bottom. If we're wanting to add a new user to the system, down the bottom in the toolbar, there is a new button. Everything goes blank, and we can now start typing or scanning the information in. So I can say, here's my barcode for the user. Their name is this, their email address. Okay, so go ahead and select that. Homeroom. Okay, and then their role throughout the system. So if they are a student, we default everyone to a student, which is the lowest privilege in the system. If they're a teacher and we want education or any of those additional facilities like being able to look for users to share collaborative lists with, we need to remove that role, click on the field again, and select teacher from this list. On behalf of their class, you can go and add multiple roles to the individual users as well. But if you're wanting to keep it, it's going to say, all right, this password for this user hasn't been set. I'm going to generate one, and I'm going to send that password to the user. Them to log into the system once and set, and then click save. And what that's going to do is simply save the user. It's not going to email them any information after it. Okay, so if I go on, okay. Once we've gone through the year and this particular user is no longer enrolled at the school, we just want to remove them from the system. Once again, we click on find and locate them in the database. Do this. If those books is lost, we'll deal with them appropriately. Okay, if you've done that process and you're happy to delete the user, click OK. That user's wiped from the system. It's simple. It's all done through deal with our user profiles in bulk. We also have a Smart Patron import facility. Very easy with it. Or if you'd like us to the YouTube channel and have a look at the upcoming sessions, and they'll be listed there for you. Okay, the next thing that we're going to go and have a look at is our catalog. So we've dealt with how do I manage users. We're now going to go and deal with how do I manage my physical resources. Okay, so this is done by going to System Menu, Catalog, and then the Cataloging system. Okay, once again, you find same as Patron Management. Clicking on Find, I can search for subjects, authors, titles, keywords, all through this one field. Okay, find the resource that I want to deal with, click on it, and it will load that. They're in my library to do with this title. There on the system for me. If I want to go ahead and make any changes to this record, all I need to do is open up with subjects, which is an authority file. So it gives us a pre-suggestion list. As I start typing from my authority file list, it's going to start showing me. If I want to add a new to appear, it tells me exactly what is going to be saved to the database. So make sure that your punctuation, your spelling, even your capital will be referenced. Okay, if you're happy with that, all you need to do is click OK. That adds it into the authority files for you. New title into the system. Down the bottom of the toolbar, you've got the new button, and you've got an arrow next to the new button. Okay, this new select new title. Everything goes blank for me, and all I need to do now is add in my information for this book. Put my cursor in the field at the top of the screen and start typing. Okay, scan in my ISBN, add in my call number, be borrowed by certain users, again some field, or our GMD. Okay, we can scroll down the list, we can type into the search box, and we can also add a brand new media from this authors and add on through and added all of your information to the title. Go down the bottom and click save. Okay, that's successfully saved that particular title into the system for us. Okay, now that we've saved the title, we need to go ahead and also add some line that has been highlighted. And this is telling us that this is a line for us to add new information into the copy. Okay, so if I click on the plus symbol, that will expand that out for us. So I can cursor into the field, title record. We can make those changes there for this particular individual copy. The copy status, it's not going to be fiction, it's going to be available. The location, fiction, loan type fortnightly, renew type fortnightly. If we've got an accession number, we can put that in. We can change the supplier, and we can put in all of our cost information as well. Once we've done that, we can go ahead and click on save. Bottom field is always where we go to add new copies, and it will always be highlighted in that light blue color. Section and type everything in manually. What we do have the ability to do is next to the copy that has been saved, we've got a down with a button that says duplicate. So if I go ahead and click on that, it takes all the information from copy number 1, puts it into the blue section for me. Okay, nice. There is all about. But let's say that we open up a record and we can see that we've got a whole bunch of resources here that are lost, available, and a couple that are on loan. If we're wanting to find out who has these individual copies on loan, all you need to do is click on the down arrow next to that individual copy to expand it, and you will see down the bottom who it's on loan to. So this book is on loan to. The due date was loaned within the due date. That text would be blue. Information you can see straight away this book is overdue or it's on loan within the due date. If we want to send the user a little reminder message, that little envelope there, when you click on it, will generate a report and will send an email to Jacob saying, hey, head over to reports, and you do it all from there. If we're wanting to delete any copies, and in that toolbar for the copy, there is a delete function there. Go ahead and click on it. Are you sure you want to delete this specific barcode? So verify that you are deleting the correct title and every single trace of this resource from your collection. You would use the delete title button. You will need to type the word yes and then click confirm. And that's going to remove that resource from the line. Putting your cursor into the correct fields, typing and scanning the information, and then hitting save. Okay, this afternoon we have tips and tricks on that. Make sure you join the cataloging. So instead of original cataloging everything, we want to just import the information directly from SKIS. We do that by going to our system menu, catalog, and global catalog, which is where we set up our SKIS details at the beginning of this system. All the copy information that we would like to assign for the books that we are about to import. So we would like them to come in there. We can assign a specific security level. If we don't want to worry about that, we can leave that blank. The location is going to be admin building. It's going to be in the applied design sublocation. It's going to have a fortnightly loan and renew. The copy status is going to be available. Cost center was blended learning. Supplier was Bunnings. And all the books have different cost information. So we're going to leave all of those blank. Okay, so whatever you set up on this side of the screen here, that is what is going to be assigned to our copies. Okay, once you've done that, put your cursor into the ISBN field, scan the ISBN of the book, and then scan the barcode that has been stuck onto the book as well, and scan them all without pressing any upload button, without clicking next or anything like that. It's just a straight scan like you were circulating. It couldn't locate an ISBN. The system will tell you, okay, but is red tells you that there was an error, it hasn't finished the import. Okay, we can see it imported. All we need to do is click the title. It will open a new tab at the top of your browser to existing records. Now that also includes that if SCIS have gone ahead and added additional subjects or additional notations, it will also go ahead and add that information in. We can just close down that browser and continue working. If we're wanting to add the cost information or any accessioning information, that tab down. Session that we've done, all we need to do is click on print from the toolbar. Now it is important to note that if you lost, so it's much easier to always leave this tab open, finish your accessioning, click the print and print out all your spine labels, and then you can navigate away. So if I go ahead and click selected at the beginning of the session and give us a preview of what's here called blank. And what we have the ability to do is, if we have already printed a sheet of barcodes and we've got 8 that are already used, we can go ahead and tell the system, I already have used 8 labels from my sheet. Click on generate, and the system is going to readjust the report to start printing from label number 9. Okay, and that is going to make sure that you get 100% usage out of your sheet of labels. You're not throwing half sheets in the bin because the system can't print it over to your printer, where you can print it off and then start sticking all your spine labels on the books. Okay, process. If you do navigate away, so let's say someone comes up to circulation, so you go, I'm going to go to the circulation module. Now I'm going to come back. All of those books that I scanned into this, navigate away from that screen. You do have the ability to run multiple tabs with this open link and new tab, and that's a new tab for you. That one stays open, the session stays there, so you can continue cataloging at the end of your circulation, but you've got a circulation tab at the top where you can also work. So that has been how you go through the global catalog process. The last thing we're going to talk about today is, the second last thing is going to be the circulation module. So system menu, circulation, return those books back into the library. Everything is color coordinated on the screen. So we've got 2 tabs at the top, loan and return. If you've got the blue background, that means you're on the loan mode. In loan mode, there's a cursor that's flashing at the top of the screen. Scan the user's barcode. If you're using RFID, tap there, or RFID cards, you can type first names, surnames, email addresses, usernames to deal with that if you want, or you can just go okay and bypass it. Okay, in this particular circumstance, Quentin also has an white color. If we now want to borrow books, because Quentin's pretty good, we're not going to worry too much about this overdue. In the same here, that I have an expanded view of the last book that has been circulated, which of the resources on the screen was the last circulated, so that if you do get distracted and you come back, so if I now go and scan a different barcode, okay, Pat Maths Teacher has now collapsed, and the Super Bowl is, we've now got that light blue and white color combination, which is telling us that all these resources are on loan, but they are. Head over to the return tab, grab your barcode scanner, and simply start scanning all of the resources back into the library. If there are, again, the expanded one is the most recently circulated, so same as the loan mode, but just in return mode. And is the basics of getting, which is setting up your SKIS Z3950 account and plugging that into SmartSuite, and assigning your default spine labels to the global cataloging system. We've gone through adding, editing, and deleting patrons, adding, editing, deleting catalog records, as well as SKIS cataloging, printing spine labels, and now loaning and returning resources. For more advanced functions and trainings, make 6 live training sessions every week now. And they are on various topics. They're not going to be as long as this one. This one's you're getting started with. Sessions that we run as well. So if you're wanting to connect with other users, connect with our technicians, make sure you do that by connecting with us on YouTube. Subscription. Click on the training. You can find all of those upcoming videos on the system. Okay, and if you've missed any of our sessions, they are all recorded and they're available for a period of time after the scheduled event as well. So go through and have a look at what's available on the channel there for you. All of your previously submitted tickets, you can see that most of these ones are closed. This one here is waiting for a response. So that's waiting for a response from you. Okay, if it has a ticket of open, then that's waiting for our customer service team members to get back to you on. If you're happy with the service, the question has been answered, go ahead and continue and following you up for a response on that ticket. Okay, you've also got under the support menu there on how to create kits. You can type in error messages. You can look at setting up single sign-on for your that are assigned with it as well. So if you're someone that likes to watch someone else go through the process, you can, or our articles will facilitate that as well. That are on Facebook and are connecting with us and other users across Australia. So make sure that if you're a Facebook user, jump onto the FSI user community because it will allow you to connect with other like-minded users that are using both the library and the TV4Education subscriptions. We do encourage the users to also connect with each other on general school, and there's also a quick step. In the first 6 months, here are all of the functions that we believe a new user would utilize within the system. Help article website access as well. Just do around the school relation desk so that other users can follow them as well. Okay, here called the concierge service. Now this is a priority. Prior on that, it opens up a chat box and you can start communicating with the customer service team members. So this isn't a automated bot, it is actually physically people on the other end. Okay, that's going to go off to our customer service team members. They're going to see it and respond to it. If you've got errors, they can help you out there. They can book in a call. If you're struggling, just tell them, hey guys, I'm struggling a little bit. Can I book in for someone to give me a call just to go through 3 or 4 questions that I've got? Okay, they'll get back to you and respond. Okay, so that is a priority service. It's only available for the new users. It is available for a limited time just through your introductory period into the system. So if you do log in one day and you find that it's no longer available, it's because you have exceeded that initial period. If you feel like you're still needing access to that service, go ahead and write us a ticket and we'll be able to have a look at your situation basis. Okay, so that's it for the session today. I hope that everyone got a lot out of it. We really would like to extend a warm here at Functional Solutions. We do